It's another year, it's another new head coach for Opp Football. After leading the Bobcats to the playoffs in year one, Matt Brunson is back to Baker. In steps Wiregrass coaching veteran Ed Rigby, who likes where this team is heading into Class 4A.
I was able to walk into a great situation. The coaches had open arms, and I've allowed them to coach and kind of step back out of the way and let them do a lot of things that they would like to do because they know the kids better than me. And it's been a great experience. We've got a long way to go. We're moving in a positive right direction, though. And, when they do all those picks about regions and, all that, and you look down there, Opp fourth, remember I told you this. That's not where we'll be. I guarantee it.
On offense, up steps quarterback Justice Baldwin to lead a group with potent talent all around. Sophomore Cam James looks to be the primary ball carrier running back. Top it off with a receiver room led by junior DJ Hines and electric senior Cal Crittenden.
We got people that catch the ball. We got speed. We got good footwork. We got amazing coaches that help us break it down for us. I feel like we'll be able to accomplish a lot of points on the board.
On defense, Jay Allen switched from running back a year ago into a leadership role as linebacker. He stands in behind a stout defensive line led by Javion Stoudemire and AC Hightower.
I feel like we can control the front and just be dominant. I feel like nobody can really stop us, Just keep, stay focused and just let our play do the talking.
Even though Rigby does believe he is stepping into a good situation, he wants his team to keep their sights forward and continue to grow.
To say, you're a team that was 4-6 last year and, you're moving up to 4A, none of that matters. It's a new day. The coaches have life in them. The players have life in them. There's some kids who'll be on the field that were JV kids last year. I mean, we got a quarterback threw for 2,000 yards in JV. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've got some things going for us, and we've got some skilled guys who can catch. We've got a back who can run, an O-line that can block. We have a defensive front that's mashers. I mean, they're mud stompers, and we're getting better. You're seeing things every day that we're getting better at. I'm excited to be in Opp.
Opp opens their season August 30th, hosting Northview out of Florida.
Opp knocked off Northview tonight.
Let's go to New Brockton. The Gamecocks hosting Opp in a 4A duel. New Brockton holding a 21-8 lead over in the second quarter here. Here's Opp's Justin Baldwin under center, and he's going to give to Jamarian Allen, who hits the hole with a full head of steam. He's slung down, though, by James Downey. Later in the drive we go. Baldwin's going to give it to Grady Patterson, and the Bobcats within a score, just over a minute and a half to play in the half. Very next play, though, Opp would pull even closer with a 2-point conversion by McAllister Crittenden to make this one 21-16. So how would New Brockton respond? Well, how about this? This is down to the 12-yard line. Dawson Peacock looks for a fade to Anthony Seiler, and he comes down with it. Get hyped up. It's a 27-16 lead at the half. But the second half, 14 straight points for Opp, and they steal this one. They're 2-0. Covington County in the City of Opportunity. The Opp Bobcats looking to improve to 3-0 against Pike County.
Both teams picked up region wins last week, so who's going to pick up their second region win tonight? We're going to say the scoring was scarce to start this one. Both teams playing some bend but don't break defense. Pike County working this drive down to the red zone, and that offense is going to eventually stall out with a missed field goal. That looks pretty good to me. Maybe it was wide right, I'll say, but here we're going to go. Opp, a long field to drive. Quarterback Justice Baldwin to Cal Crittenden, finding a groove. And that's going to put them in enemy territory. Great move right there. But a failed fourth down conversion is going to keep the game scoreless going into halftime. The Bobcats, though, they're going to pick it up in the second half, picking up another victory, 16-0 over Pike County.
Thanks, Jamel. The Warhawks still were on that hunt for their first win of the season. The team was welcomed by the Opp Bobcats tonight. In the first quarter, the Bobcats with the ball is Justice Baldwin, who passes to DJ Hines for the touchdown. 7-0 for Opp as they go up early. The Daleville band is going to come in to get everyone hyped for a score. Boy, is that a community. Opp again with it. Here's Baldwin this time to Cal Crittenden for the score. That would make it 32-0 in the second. And the Bobcats were on fire. They take this one for keeps.
In Daleville, it's a battle of winless versus undefeated. Opp visiting Daleville. Opp's Justice Baldwin dropping back, throwing this one 36 yards to Ori Enthal Hines for the 36-yard score. That's what they call a dime right there, I think. Baldwin having a day in the air, finding his man Hines once again. I think they say blur for that, like blur, right? That's what they say. That's another touchdown for Hines right there. We're going to see Baldwin once again Is it going to be his third touchdown of the night? Let's see. He's going to lob this one up to Cal Crittenden into the corner of the end zone. Yep, he is dropping bombs out there, dropping dimes into the bucket. Opp getting the win on the road, 39-0. Devo with a rough stretch right now.
Elsewhere, Opp, a 39-0 winner, or rather, 39-0 winner at Destin tonight.
And now, News 4 Sports.
Will experience be the deciding factor between the two head coaches facing off in Friday's game of the week? That's the question. Opp's Ed Rigby, who's been a coach for over 30 years, is facing Dale County's second-year head coach, Ed Ballard. News 4's Jamel Johnson shows us how the Bobcats are preparing to defend their undefeated record in hostile territory.
In 2015, head coach Ed Rigby won a state title at Elba High School. Now he's trying to do it just 20 minutes southwest, still on Highway 84 at Opp High School. Now they're 5-0 and they're about to face their toughest region opponent yet, the 4-2 Dale County Warriors. Let's see how the Bobcats are preparing to defend their undefeated record. Head coach Ed Rigby has had success all across the Southeast. This season, it's Opp's turn to benefit from that Rigby magic.
What I've been preaching since June 3rd is state championship. Not who we're playing this week or next week or last week or the week before. It is 100% about winning a state championship.
It's a straightforward recipe for success, one that Coach Rigby hopes feeds a starved town.
There's a hunger that they can feel around the town of Opp to be successful. There's a hunger to win that first ever state championship in the history of the school in football. Everywhere you go around town, that's the vibe, that's the talk.
Even though they're undefeated, it's not about being perfect, but more so about getting better each week.
We're never going to be the biggest. We're not going to be the fastest, not going to be the prettiest, probably not going to have the best looking head coach. But the bottom line is we can get better weekly.
It didn't take long for the players to buy into this strategy.
Coming in when Coach Brunson left, I was kind of nervous at the start, but then I realized Coach Rigby was coming in, so I was feeling pretty good about it.
Quarterback Justice Baldwin came to Opp because of his connection with former head coach Matt Brunson.
He's really the only coach I've ever had.
It was a big change from his normal, but Coach Rigby set the tone early.
Last year we didn't have very many mature people on the team. He's very big on that type of stuff, no disrespect, none of that, and always paying attention, doing good in class. So I think all of it's really changed and completely turned around.
It's a ripple effect that influenced a small town.
Moving over here, I could tell everybody was like, they weren't real big on the football team. Once we started winning our first few games, it was like everybody around us was big, helping out. Football teams went over to buy a bunch of brand new jerseys.
The town of Opp will have their back as they take on their toughest region opponent yet.
This week is the most important game of their lives, not because who we're playing or what we're playing for, it's because it's the next game.
Winning this Friday will push them out to 6-0 and get them that much closer to their first region title since 2016. In Opp, Jamel Johnson, your hometown news leader.
The Opp Bobcats travel 1 hour to face the Dale County Warriors tomorrow night at 7.
Opp's Ed Rigby, who's been a coach for over 30 years, is facing a Dale County's second-year head coach, Ed Ballard. In 2015, Coach Ed Rigby won a state title at just 20 minutes north of Highway 84 at Elba High School. Now he has the Bobcats on that same track as they are perfect through their first 5 games. They're about to face their toughest region opponent yet, the 4-2 Dale County Warriors. Even though they're undefeated, Coach Rigby says it's not about being perfect, but it's about getting better each week.
We're never going to be the biggest. We're not going to be the fastest, not going to be the prettiest, probably not going to have the best looking head coach. But the bottom line is we can get better weekly. This week is the most important game of their lives, not because who we're playing or what we're playing for, it's because it's the next game.
The Opp Bobcats will travel 1 hour to face the Dale County Warriors tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Our Week 6 game of the week certainly did not disappoint. You take 2 teams riding off wins, but one of those teams were undefeated coming into Midland City. Here's News 4's Jamel Johnson with the latest.
Here come the Warriors, running through the smoke, ready to hand the Bobcats their first loss of the season. Opp gets the ball first after the kickoff and comes out throwing with the rollout pass to Cal Crittenden. He comes up just shy of the first down after stepping out of bounds. That play will be negated right here after some trouble with the shotgun snap on this very wet night. Tough break for Opp. Dale County with the ball after the punt. DeMarcus Smith finds a hole after the read option and shows his speed down the sideline for a big gain. However, it would be called back for holding. That didn't stop them, though, as later it's Smith again with a catch from Dallas Hedstrom, and he breaks a big run for a first. This will set up a scoring play as Junior Smith catches the ball over the middle and trucks a man on his way into the end zone. Dale County strikes first 7-0. Opp has the ball, and they're trying to get their passing game in sync, but is broken up on third down by Tristan Smith and Cody Jaggers. Dale County with it again as they look to pad their lead. Dallas Hedstrom throws a bomb to Cody Jaggers for a big gain as the Warriors flip field position quick. A few plays later, Dallas Hedstrom breaks a few tackles up the middle and stretches out to break the plane for the Warriors' second touchdown of the night. Warriors again now after a stop on defense, and Hedstrom tries to make something happen, but he's hit and the ball comes out. Bobcats with their first turnover. Bobcats will try and take a shot to the end zone, but it's too high for Crittenden to grab it. Another missed possession for Opp. Warriors now trying to march down the field, and it's Junior Smith again as he mosses the defender right on Opp's sideline for a huge gain. After the big play, Opp now with the ball, and they're threatening to score, but the ball is just behind Crittenden as he can't haul it in. However, Opp will get their first points of the half after the QB sneak by Justice Baldwin for a touchdown.
Dale County comes up victorious tonight, 28-12 over the undefeated Opp Bobcats. Folks, we got more Friday Night Football coming up.
Dale County Warriors hosting the undefeated Opp Bobcats, a massive game in 4A Region 2.
Now Opp is undefeated. Dale County has 2 losses, just 1 in the region, so they could tie it up right here. We pick it up with the Warriors threatening in the end zone, red zone. Dallas Hedstrom toss one over the middle. It's this guy, Junior Smith, trucking a man into the end zone. And this is the celebration going on. That it's a trend right now. I'm not quite sure what it means. I heard it was a TikTok trend. I'm kind of out of the loop when it comes to that. But next, Opp possession, trying to get the run game going, but Dale County's D-line was everywhere tonight. Massive tackle there. Yeah, you should be fired up. That was an offensive holding penalty. Great play there. Warriors back on the ball. Hedstrom looking down the field, and he's going to chuck it deep right here, and he's going to link up with Cody Jaggers, who eventually is going to drag the Opp Bobcat defender all the way inside the 5-yard line. And hey, sometimes as a quarterback, you don't have to show off the arm when you can run the ball like Dallas Hedstrom, because he runs angry on the QB draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't matter. I'm getting a touchdown. Dale County up 14-zip, and they're going to hand Opp its first loss of the season, 28-12. Now at Opp hosting Geneva. Opp's up 31-0 late in the second. Knock it on the door again. Justice Baldwin gives to Peyton Campbell, who cuts to his right, makes 2 defenders miss right there, fights through, and he's right there at the goal line. Not in though. Later in the drive, Baldwin takes a look. He finds Campbell in the flat on the far side of the field there, and he's going to be able to jog in this time. 38-0 at the half. Opening up the second half here. Geneva kicking it off. Demarion Thompson's going to bobble it, but he's going to get it back and find a hole. And then he's just got to make the kicker miss. And then he fumbles it. The ball's rolling. And that is Geneva recovering it right there. Trying to get on the board in this one. Tanner Sizemore looking down the middle of the field, throws it, and he's got Hunter Thompson over the middle, who gets a first down, but they would have to punt. And let's go to the final in this one. Opp walked with it.
Ashford hosted Opp tonight, looking for a major region win after a beautiful Ashford punt. The Opp quarterback would be taken down by maybe a name you've heard before, Week 7 Player of the Week, Jay Ragland, to give Ashford a commanding 38 lead to start off that second half. The cheer team and the crowd was hyped about that hot start. Of course, they want more. However, on that free kick, Ashford would fumble and the ball would be scooped up by Demarion Thompson to give the Bobcats a much-needed break in great field position. On the second play, the running back would cough up the ball, though. Coy Paramore, another highly talented athlete, making the recovery, and Ashford would just score a few plays later. The Yellow Jackets overpowered the Bobcats tonight, winning 42-16.
Stay there in the playoff hunt, so let's see what can get going here. Ashford getting the ball to start the contest. First play of the drive, this is Coy Paramore keeping it himself for a finding a big hole. Massive gain to the house, actually, untouched for 6 points, because the extra point's no good there. Let's see if the Bobcats can answer. Justice Baldwin dropping back, finding Orienthal Hines. What a name. Orienthal Hines on the slant over the middle, and he reaches the end zone for a Opp touchdown. And they would get the 2-point conversion, taking the lead. So later in the first, though, Paramore taking the snap, pressured, rolling out, going to launch this ball down the field to Alex Swain Jr. That's a big game for him, setting up the Jackets into the red zone. And then just a few plays later, Paramore once again a one-man band tonight. Not quite, but he keeps it on the quarterback keeper. That puts the Jackets up 12-6 at the end of the first quarter. And hey, big night for the Ashford Yellow Jackets. A 42-16 win over the Opp Bobcats, who were just undefeated, 2 weeks ago?
Yep. Now they've lost 2 in the region.
Lastly, Justice Baldwin at Opp High School. He went 20 of 31 passing for 369 yards. He had 2 touchdowns passing and 2 rushing. He finished the night with 48 rushing yards on 9 carries as Opp took down rival Strawn. Lastly, Justice Baldwin at Opp High School. He went 20 of 31 passing for 369 yards. He had 2 touchdowns passing and 2 rushing. He finished the night with 48 rushing yards on 9 carries as Opp took down county rival Strawn. Take a look at some more final scores from teams all across our area. Opp will take on Bibb County. Opp will take on Bibb County.
Wiregrass team on the road. Let you take it away, Michael.
Opp on the road taking on Bibb County. And this is a 4A playoff matchup. Opp goes to 3C, Bibb County the 2C. Bobcats on the offense first. Cal Crittenton runs it up the middle for a 7-yard touchdown, and that is going to be Bobcats up early. Next drive, though, Bibb County would respond, and they're going to do it in one of the fastest ways you could see here. And it's a Jordan Leverett 77-yard keeper through the left sideline. Anybody get flashbacks to the SEC last year? Maybe a Heisman Trophy winner? Same colors, quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Kind of looks like him right there.
I don't know.
And that is Leverett magic, and that is going to find a 7-7 ball game.
Maybe more like another Redskins quarterback, maybe a little RG3.
Well, Jaden Daniels never played for that team. He played for the Commanders. But here's Leverett again, escaping, taking a shot down the field. And he's got his man, Ethan McMillian, on a 37-yard touchdown. Choctaws led 14-6 at the half as the Choctaws celebrate there. Here at the beginning of the third, Leverett hands it off to Jay Harris from 2 yards out, and he would convert the 2-point conversion. It's 22-6 here. Bibb County going to take down Opp tonight, ending the Bobcat season 49-14.